always wanted to work with people from other countries and to have a global career. The idea of connecting with others across national and ideological boundaries to work on things that matter, to work and to feel responsible as a citizen of the world, that always seemed to me as the most sensible way to live. But I grew up in East Berlin, and during the time that the Berlin Wall was standing and was closed, such a global life and a global career seemed utterly impossible. But the wall fell, and for me the world opened up. I ended up receiving my education from schools from 4 different countries. By age 19 I started working for a multinational company, and by the time I turned 24 I had worked in Europe, in Asia, in North and South America, and in Australia. To this day, the most satisfying, the most exciting aspect of being an academic and being a consultant is to be part of a global conversation, a global effort, if you will, to learn and to develop together, to tackle issues that are of global relevance and often global in scope. And it's the most satisfying part of my job to be able to facilitate those conversations, to be able to help people to come together, to learn together and to develop together. Working across multicultural boundaries can be challenging, right? If you work in a multicultural context, if you work in a multicultural team, or if you work abroad or with customers or suppliers that come from a different country, what you and what others do and say can be cause for misunderstanding and misinterpretation, can be cause for conflict and for tension. And what you've learned to be effective leadership practices in one cultural context often ceases to be effective in another context. So what can you do to avoid these problems, or at least to minimize them? Just being yourself is not usually a recipe for success. And being as careful as possible and saying as little as possible, just not to offend anyone or to be completely adaptive to the local host culture, that might lead you to be regarded as remote, as inauthentic, and as untrustworthy. Those are exactly the kind of challenges that we'll talk about in my course. And learning to deal with those challenges and to identify the unique opportunities that you have as an international leader can be a long and sometimes rocky road. Together with Bocconi faculty, with alumni and with students, we'll explore the practice and theory of leading internationally, and we'll create a learning environment that will give you an opportunity to share your experiences and together with others jointly develop your international leadership competence. I'm looking forward to welcoming you in the course.